Hi, how is everybody? So it is Friday, June 23, um, 2023. So this was just a random idea of mine where I decided let me just do a video really quick explaining my obsession with my genealogy project. I have had actually quite a lot of my family, both of our families together, Phil's and mine, help contribute to the genealogy album that I had actually started back in December 2022. But it's actually been an ongoing project for the last 13 years. And I stopped and I started over the years. But the reason why I picked it up again about a month ago and really started running with it constantly is because the elders are getting much older now, and their minds are strong, but some memories, I guess, are here and there are fading. But it's not even just that. There is a lot of new kids in the family for quite some time, and I wanted to leave something for them because when I was a kid, growing up in Howell, New Jersey, it was just basically my family and I, just my sister and my parents. And so I had always wanted to know more about my family. I hit obviously some walls here and there. I had so much help and contributions from everybody that I spoke with on both sides of our family. If when it came to the pictures, just doing the trees itself was just so hard. So that's why I decided to do the album and I just ran with it. And I would just notate the years that you could see. And it's been nice. Any of the reactions that I've gotten, any of the messages, some of the comments that I have had. It's been nice walking down memory lane. So it kind of all started again, me picking up the genealogy, not just a month ago, but maybe even before that. I would want to say about 2 years ago, I started getting nostalgic and I started with state history, and I did it per state as where family basically resided. So anyone that was living or is living in California, Hawaii, North Carolina, Florida, Wisconsin, New York, New Jersey, New York, Canada, the Philippines, on both our sides. I just kind of read a huge amount of books. Obviously, I have an extreme love of California because that is not only where Filipinos landed as sailors in 1587 by way of Spanish ships. That was actually where my family actually came to be when my grandfather went to both high school and college in LA. So it's kind of interesting why I do have such a love for him, because he was all alone in this world, just being with other Filipino men, wanting to have a better life for himself. He was the youngest of all his parents' children, and he wanted to be better than who he was, which was a poor farm boy, and to give back to his family and to give back to society, which is how we were raised. So that is where the obsession with California began. And then learning about the other states was just kind of added in here and there. Some of the countries, obviously, of where my family, both of our families, have touched based upon. A month ago, we were at a family gathering, and it was one of his cousins. And first time ever that I had met her, she was extraordinary. And the things that she was telling me about just her side of the family. And this is Phil's maternal cousin. His mother was one of 13 children. His mother, Betty, was born in Farmingdale, but she grew up in Lakewood. So she was born in the 1930s, and her parents were directly, or I believe her great grandparents were directly straight off the boat from Ireland. And they came from Massachusetts. Her mother was from a wealthy family in Massachusetts, and they made their way down to New Jersey. So I thought it was rather interesting because so many people don't sometimes care about history. They don't care about genealogy. But the reason why I care about it is because you can learn from it. And millions of years of evolution, you cannot just change overnight, but you can at least remember that history obviously just repeats itself because nothing is ever really new. It's very, very rarely ever anything is ever new. It's all been done before. It's all been said before. And it's like great. It's just a loop. The other thing is, like I said, with the new generation, I'm hoping, that some of them or all of them maybe even, but basically just for them, that they would come to appreciate the family history. The reason why I concentrated so much upon my grandfather and my mother is because they both came from poor backgrounds. My mother grew up in Togodine, and I remember her stories of her growing up and her telling me that, compared to the life that she had had as a kid with her family, that I had it good. I mean, I was able to go to Catholic schools my entire life here. I did go to a public college, and she always would tell me, I mean, when things were, let's say, difficult for me, like in the sense of maybe being bullied for being little, that had happened a lot to me when I was younger. She said, there are bigger things than that. Just because you're little, it doesn't mean anything. It's about how you're going to treat somebody else. And being able to have food on your table, not having snakes fall down onto your table, which is basically what my mother had grown up with. My mother loved popcorn, which is why I love popcorn. As you can tell, I was very close to her. As this kid, she grew up cooking it in the streets, and she would tell me stories of that. And when I would have microwavable popcorn as a kid, she's just like, this is such a luxury and something that she never had. And it's just nice to kind of reflect and learn about all the sacrifices that Phil's and my ancestors have made for the next generation so that they could have better lives. Because isn't that the whole point of evolution, like I said before, is to be better than who you were yesterday. Every day, all the time, every moment. And it's been so great. I just wanted to thank everybody who has helped me with the album, who has contributed to any questions. I hope I did not get annoying to anybody. If you're liking it, if you're just scrolling by and you're just looking at it, I hope that it's inspiring you to pick up on your genealogy and just to learn history in general, because it really is it's really fun. It's real. I mean, it seems like it's been a lot of work to do this album, and actually, it's really not, because if anyone has known me over the years, I've been an avid reader since I was 12 years old. I loved writing since I was a kid. So as you know, and if you see my family, they'll always say, "Oh God, here goes Pearl with her camera and her video." It's because my grandfather was a photographer, and for me, documenting these moments, these memories, it's great. And I mean, that's also something that my mother would do. And it's great because now I get to look back and just relive those memories. And every time Phil and I are with our families, we think about those, being a kid and running around in the park and playing manhunt or hide and seek, or even the silly board games. It's nice to look back and relive those moments. That's been like one of my reasons for why I did the genealogy. But again, if you have any, if you're part of the family, by, mainly I've been doing by blood and marriage, and anyone who's known our families for such a long time, we consider you to be our family. We consider you to be our family friends. Just let me know. I could add you for the milestones. I've been looking for wedding pictures, anything to do with christenings, things like that. Even any graduations where, as you can see, and even like random like family portraits when you're out on vacation. Call me, uh, text me, email me, Facebook Messenger me, it doesn't matter. I'll try and add it to the album. I just took a good look at it tonight, and I'm at over 180 pictures. So yeah, I know it seems like it's a lot. If it's not your thing, it's not your thing, it's fine. But like I said, I've been loving every moment of it, and hopefully I'll get to be done with it pretty soon. If not, if I hit a wall right now, if I haven't added, it's because I probably have hit a wall. But it's okay. Life will go on. It always does. You just got to learn to concentrate on the positive aspects, because every pain is about growth. And that's a beautiful thing. Thank you, and good night.